I want to tell you a horror story, and guess what? You might be part of that horror story. So imagine you spend 5 years of your life working for a top consulting firm and you studied late at night and you pass the hardest SAP certifications and you earn the badges and you prove you're an expert. Now you build a reputation that is worth thousands of dollars in salary. And one day you get a better offer. You're excited, you quit your old job, you hand in your laptop and walk out of the door. And the next morning you log in to check your certifications and they are gone. Your history is deleted, your access is denied. To the SAP system, you don't exist anymore. You have become a digital ghost. Now, why did this happen? It happened because you made one simple invisible mistake that 90% of SAP professionals are making right now. You trusted your company with your identity. But here is the good news, you can stop this. There is a master key that prevents you from ever becoming a ghost, and it is called the SAP Universal ID. Most people think it's just a boring login update, and they're wrong. This is the most important career insurance you will ever own. Today, we are going to fix your identity, save your certifications, and give you the keys to your own future. So let's solve this problem once and for all. Hi, I'm Noel Benjamin DeCosta. I've spent the last 2 decades helping companies around the world design, implement, and rescue ERP programs, right from multi country rollouts to enterprise wide process design. With AI, I show them how to embed it naturally so that systems complement each other rather than work separately. So, back to the video. To fix the problem, you first need to understand the messy reality of the SAP world. For decades, we have lived with a split personality crisis. If you work in this ecosystem, you actually have two different lives. So the first one is the company life, which is your S user ID. And this is the ID your boss gives you. And it starts with the letter S. Think of it like a company car. It's nice, it gets you where you need to go, it lets you enter into the client's building. But this is critical, you don't own the car. So if you leave the job, the company takes back the keys. And if you left your favorite sunglasses, your certifications in the glove box, too bad, the car is gone, and so are your sunglasses. Now, the second one is the personal life, the P user. And this is the ID you create for yourself, and it starts with the letter P. Think of it like your own private garage. It belongs to you forever. But historically, you couldn't do any real work with it. You couldn't check your support tickets or download any software. So most people ignore it. So this created a nightmare. People have 5 different S users from 5 different past jobs, and they had to log in and out constantly, and they lost track of their passwords. And it was chaotic, insecure, and dangerous for your own career history. Now, this is exactly what the SAP Universal ID was built to destroy. So, what's the solution? The SAP Universal ID acts as a bridge, and it stops forcing you to choose between your company life and your personal life. And it lets you have both at the same time under one roof. Now, here is a simple concept. Instead of having 10 different logins for 10 different clients, you create one single account, which is the Universal ID. And then you take all the old keys, your current S users, your old P users, your current clients, admin ID, and you put them all into one key ring. Now, when you go to work, you don't use the company car key, you use your own master key. So when you log in, SAP will ask you, who do you want to be today? And you select consultant for client A from a simple menu. And boom, you are in. 10 minutes later, you need to check your certification status. You don't log out, you just switch the view in the menu to personal P user. And it's seamless and it's fast. And most importantly, you hold the key ring and not your boss. So we've talked about the theory. Now let's look under the hood. What actually happens when you set this up? To make it crystal clear, I want you to think of your universal ID as a digital wallet. Something like this, right? There are three specific components you will see inside. So the component one is the wallet itself, right? This is the container. It is tied to your primary email address. You create this only once in your life. And this wallet travels with you from job A to job B to job C, and it never expires. It is the permanent home for your digital soul. Component two is the cards. Well, they're labeled as S user 1, S user 2, and P user. Now, these are the specific IDs you need to use to access specific systems. Now, in card 1, your S user from your current employee, this gives you access to the support portal. Card 2, your personal P user, this holds all your SAP Learning Hub history. And card 3 is an S user from a client you're helping for about 6 months. In the old world, you'd have to carry all the three different wallets, and now you carry one wallet with three cards. Component three is the account manager. Now, this is the control center where you will organize your wallet. This is the website, which is account.sap.com, where you can see every ID you have ever owned. And you can delete the old ones, you can add new emails, and it gives you total visibility. You finally stop guessing which email is linked to which account. Now, this all sounds great, but if you set it up wrong, you can lock yourself out. So, as a smart professional, you need a governance strategy for your identity. And here are the rules that you should follow to manage this wallet correctly. So, rule number one is the golden email rule. You must choose a primary email for your universal ID. Do not use your work email as the primary address. So imagine your work email is john@company.com. If you leave that company, IT turns that email off instantly. You can't recover your password. So you're locked out of your own universal ID. So always use a personal email like Gmail or Outlook as the primary key. And this ensures that no boss can ever lock you out of your own career. Rule number two is the default selection. So you can tell the system which card to pull out automatically. Now, if you spend 90% of your day working on client X, set their S user as the default. So when you log in, the system skips the menu, takes you straight to work, and it saves you 10 seconds every morning. And that adds up. So to finish, I need to tell you the two biggest secrets about the universal ID. Now, these are the reasons why you need to do this today and not tomorrow. So, secret one is your career insurance. So, in the old way, you spent weeks studying for a certification and you pass, and then the badge is attached to your company's S user. When you quit, the company deletes the user and the badge vanishes, and you have to fight with SAP support and send emails and wait weeks to get it back, and it's a nightmare. Now, with the Universal ID, when you link your accounts, the Universal ID just takes that data from the S user. The certification is now attached to you and not the S user. So even if the company deletes your account, your certification is safe in your fireproof vault. So you own your success and no one can take it away from you. Secret number two is the security shield, right? In the old way, you had 10 passwords for 10 systems, and you write them on sticky notes and you use password 123. And this is how hackers steal your data. But with the universal ID, you have one password. And this allows you to set up a very strong security, something like a multi factor authentication. And you protect that wallet with a bank vault door. So if the hacker can't get into the wallet, they can't get into your cards, and you're 10x safer. So let's summarize, right? So the SAP Universal ID is not just an administrative task. It is the vault that protects your hard work. It is the bridge that connects your clients. And it is the insurance policy for your future. So, if you're a serious SAP professional, you cannot survive the next decade without this. You need to stop being a renter of your identity and start being an owner. But knowing this is not enough. You actually have to do the work. And you might be thinking, okay, how do I actually click the buttons? How do I link the S user without deleting it? So I've created the perfect guide to help you to do this. And it's called Create and Manage the SAP Universal ID, where you can link your S user and your P user IDs. It's a step by step technical guide. It takes only 5 minutes. You don't have to wait till your last day of your job, which will be too late. Do it today while you still have the keys. So, ladies and gentlemen, your career belongs to you, not your boss, not your client, you. Claim it now. Click the link below, get your ID sorted, and I'll see you in the next video.